In today's video, we are going to make a multi-tab component so that you can click through the various tabs. Our component will look something like this. Not the greatest design in the world, but you know, we're just learning how to do components. So it just is what it is. So if you click on the tabs, they will go to the content for that tab. All right, let's get going. All right, let's first start off by making our 3 tabs. So we're going to have sort of like a index card sorty tab thing. I hit the R key to get the rectangle tool. I'm going to draw the tab part, and then I'm going to hit R again and make a box. It's okay if they overlap a little bit, but I want it to be at least 3 times the size of the tab. Okay, if you hold down Command, if you have a scroll wheel, you can kind of like zoom in and out. I want this to have a top corner radius, so I'm going to go over here to Appearance. You can do all 4 corners, or you can click this and do just the top, whichever sides you want. So I'm going to do 12 on the top right and top left. So we've got, did that work? It doesn't look very roundy, does it? I guess this is a very large box. Yeah, okay. It's really giant. Okay, we're going to use big text then too. So before I join these 2 pieces together, I want to make copies because I'm going to move the tab over a bit. So first I'm going to Option drag so that it makes a copy. I'm holding down Shift 2 so they kind of stay in line. And then Option drag again. And let's do the second one. We're going to move kind of to the middle. I think I gave myself plenty of space here. And then this one, I'm holding down Shift so that it kind of stays on the rectangle where I want it. Cool. So now that I have these, the tabs in the right place, let's union all this stuff. So I'm going to click on the top here. If you have multiple objects selected, the union tool comes up and there's multiple options, but the default one, which is the one we want, will just combine those 2 objects into one. So now it's just one piece instead of having 2 separate rectangles, which is handy dandy. It is also called union, which is a terrible name. So I'm going to call it first tab. Let's also give it a color. For our first one, maybe let's do a nice green. Cool. This one we want to also union. So select both, click on union. Let's make this one a peachy orangey. Peach. A little redder. A little lighter. Okay. And then this one more time, union it. And what color shall this be? Let's make it a weird pink. Maybe like a fuchsia-y pink. Okay, good enough for me. Let's name these. So this one is, oh, silly me. I named them wrong. This one is first tab. That one's third tab. Third tab. First. I can type first tab. Second tab. Okay, I'm just going to put them in the correct order. And now I'm going to stack them on top of each other. So I'm going to put this one here. It will automatically be behind because the layers are in that order. Okay. And now I'm going to make this whole thing a component. So I'm just going to click all of these things in layers to make sure they're all selected. And 2 ways to make a component. There's probably 3. Command Option K will make a component, or right click, create component. So there is my first component. And I want to make two more variants of it. So if you don't have any variants, this little diamond tool shows up with a plus in it to add a variant. And then after that, there's a little plus underneath. So you can do that, or you can always right click, go to main component, add variant. And then let's add one more. Cool. So now they're kind of cramped. Let's give this a little more breathing room. Okay. So first one is first. This one is going to be second. And this one is going to be third. So that means in third, I want to change the order so that the third tab is visible. In the second one, I want to make sure that the second tab is visible. And then the first one is fine and dandy how it is. So let's just add some content to just for funsies. So I'm going to hit the T to get the type tool. And I'm going to say this is tab 1. And boy, I did make these really gigantic. That is 200-point text. These are the biggest tabs in the world. I just didn't even think about it. Okay, so here's tab 1. Here is tab 2. Here's tab 3. And I'm also making sure that they're in the right components. So this one is 3. This one is 2. And if you're adding content to this, you'd only need to add it once. It doesn't have to be like invisible back there. Okay, so now that we have this, let's drag a instance of it. So I'm going to grab the frame tool, which is the F key. I'm going to make a frame that will be big enough to house this thing. It's plenty big. And now that we have this component all set up, I actually want to call it tabs. And I want to make sure that each one is correctly named. Current variant. This layer has an invalid name. Oh, okay. I sure did that. 3 selected. Oh, why is this a component? Interesting. Let's back out. It's just been one of those days. I don't want to back out like that. There we go. Yeah, I'm not sure. Component 1. Maybe it's because I named these. I should probably just give up a variant. I want it to be tab 1, tab 2, tab 3. Is that correct? Tab 1, tab Teo 2. Oh. And tab 3. Okay. Fixed it. Now I'm scared to name this. I'm going to do it anyway. Tabs. Okay. Looks better. Tab 1, tab 2, tab 3. Tabs is tab 1, 2. Okay. Did it. I have no idea what just happened. All right. If I go to the assets panel, now I have my little tab thing. And just if you don't see it, you usually will kind of default to something like this. It says all libraries. You can go to created in this file, and then you should get all the components that you've made. So I'm going to grab a tabs and bring it over. Wow. Oh, it was the whole page. Cool. And now I'm going to go to prototype, and I'm going to say if this is clicked on, so as long as the tab part is highlighted, you're good. So I'm going to add an interaction. I'm going to say on click, change to tab 2. Yeah, let's do smart animate. Sure. And then this one will be on click, change to, on click, change to tab 2. And Smart Animate, we'll just do the default. And then this one, also same thing. If it's clicked on, it will change to tab 3. Okay. All right, let's give it a try. So I'm going to click on the frame name, and you can either hit play, but if you, this little drop-down menu, if you pop it out, you can see there's 2 different options, and preview is kind of handy because it's smaller. It'll just pop the frame into like a little pop-up window. So here's our prototype. Fingers crossed. There's tab 2. There's tab 3. Cool. So that is how you would have a multi-tab prototype. All right. Thank you very much.